Hello and welcome. Today we're going over the JWD media player that is sent with the quantum resonance crystal beds and certain crystal light systems. This unit has a power cord that also doubles as a media transfer cord. So what it does is it plugs into the bottom of this unit, allowing you to charge and also transfer files. Now, you need to plug this into a computer to transfer the music over. For charging purposes, you can plug it into a computer or the quantum resonance crystal bed or one of those little power supplies. Looking at the media player itself, it's fairly small. It has a retinal display just like your iPhones do, and it has a glass back as well. On the bottom, we have a 3.5 millimeter input for music, and that goes into the crystal bed. We then have the micro SD card, which sits here, and that's a push-in to release. Finally, we have the power, which is a USB-C cord, and that will plug into the crystal bed as well. The four buttons that we see on the side, we have a back button, we have a lower volume, a raise volume, and pause/play. So just a quick note about the pause button. If you inadvertently grab it and press down while you're picking it up, it will pause the music on a client, so just be aware of that. On the top, we have a power button that glows blue when it's turned on. And finally, we have a small microphone hole. Alright, so now we're going to power up the unit. We're going to press and hold the power button on the top. 1, 2, 3, let go. And it will start the boot up sequence, JWD. And then if you've had music playing, it will immediately jump to the music. We're not interested in the music right now, so we're just going to push the home screen up top. That will bring us to the main menu. There's 2 pages to the main menu. We have a total of 6 on the first page and 6 on the second page of icons. The icons on the first page directly relate to the music. So we have the currently playing music on the top left, the equalizer function for all the music, and we recommend leaving that flat. So we want to keep those all flat. We're going to push the back button, top left. Favorites, so you can instantly navigate to your favorites through that folder. Parameters of the music. We have the player mode. Let's go to play mode. You can do once folder or multiple times. You can do single, shuffle, folder loop, full cycle, and you have to push confirm when each time you do it. Memory play, we have it set to position. So if it's track or position, what's going to happen is when you turn on the system, it's going to go to that song. If you push close, it'll just go to the main menu. Maximum volume is at 32. We want to keep that at 32. We want to keep the equalizer, SAD, which is funny, it's sad. It's like, oh, you're not using me, I'm sad. Yeah, keep it flat. And let's go back to the home screen so we can do the top right. And that brings us to the home screen, so we just went through these 6. Now let's go over to the next screen. This has stuff that you rarely use, like transferring media wirelessly, or recording a note, or hooking up the Wi-Fi, using Bluetooth. We don't recommend Bluetooth. We want to keep this as pure as possible. Ebooks, and then settings for the whole system. So that's more of a deep dive. Let's go into that. We have screen brightness and backlighting timing. So the screen, if it's not bright enough for you or it's too bright, you can adjust it there. For the backlighting, that is how bright it is in a dark room. You can have that full on or have it turn off. Power saving standby. So this will go into a deep hibernation after X amount of time that it's not being used. Now you can have that turned off so it always stays on, or you can go up to 8 minutes. Sleep standby. We'll put the media player into sleep no matter what you're doing. So don't use sleep standby. We have that set to off. Lock screen clock, you can show a clock on your lock screen. You can do automatic updates, but you will need to get your Wi-Fi hooked up. You can have it set your time and date. You can do the language setting. Language setting, I feel it's important to touch in on that real quick. When you first pull up that menu, 1, 2, 3 from the bottom is English. Wallpaper, you can change the wallpaper to any of these 6 items. We're not going to do it. It takes a few seconds for it to load, and we just want to get into the use of this. We're pushing the bottom button right here. That's the back. Shows that we're in settings. That happens when you enter into the wallpaper. So yeah, I needed to clarify that. The one setting that I went into, wallpaper, actually asks you to do something. So you have to purposely push on something and then hit settings on the bottom in order for it to lock into place, and it takes 5 seconds. So we have on the top the volume icon at 32, showing you what's going on with the play positioning. It's a single song playing over. The time, the SD card is inserted because that's a solid. Play or pause right next to that, and finally the battery. The battery, use it with a grain of salt. They're not as accurate as some of the other items out there. You can always leave it plugged in for the battery as well. So music. When we have music up and running, you're going to see the screen look like this. Maybe there might be a background animation or something like that. It depends on your song. But what's going on here is it's showing you the track, how long it's been playing. It's track number 2 out of 3 in this folder, and how much time is remaining. I put that on favorites, which shows in red. Take it off of favorites, it goes away. So you see it's very easy to put it into favorites. You can play and pause right on the screen, or again, if you push up here, it will start it up. And this 3 lines is going to access all those functions that we looked at earlier for player mode, position, volume, things like that. And that's the long and short of it. Thanks so much for watching.